Going on, Jerome's. So, of course, the major news of the day is JJ McCarthy undergoing successful full meniscus repair to his right knee, going to be out for the season. And obviously, it sucks. Would have loved for JJ to be healthy this season, get in those extra reps, look great in joint practice and the last two preseason games. But it is what it is. And of course, we Vikings fans, we know disappointment. We know just untimely injuries, and we know quarterbacks with knees. It happens, man, right? And it's been interesting. So we've been doing this for a while, and I feel like people know our shtick. I think people understand what's going on. Like, we call a spade a spade. Maybe we drank the purple Kool-Aid just a little bit, and overall, it's like always find out always find a way to win, as opposed to just wallowing and boo-hooing and feeling sorry for yourself. Right now, obviously, things like this, it's really healthy to have a period of mourning / just being pissed, just like, all right, but at a certain point, you got to move on, and you got to find the positives, and you got to find a way to spin this and turn it into a positive and a great way to move forward. Because honestly, if you're just pissing and moaning and complaining about things, like, you're never going to get anything done. Is what happens, man. And so, with McCarthy news, probably got some new people onto the channel, and we got a few comments just like, "Oh, how are you trying to make this a positive? Why can't you just be mad?" And I fully understand that, like, in media in general, but definitely sports media, negativity sells. Oh, you know who sucks? Kirk Cousins sucks. Oh, Kwesi sucks at drafting. Oh, he'll never sign Justin Jefferson or Christian Darrisaw. Blah, blah, blah. Right. And we probably would have a larger channel. We probably would get more views if we were just negative and ripping on everything all the time. But also, we do this channel for fun. And, we also said that we're never going to lie or just be fake or anything like that, right? And with McCarthy, I mean, obviously, it sucks. And Darnold, I do have faith in, the pride of USC. I think that he's in the best situation ever for him, and if he can't succeed here, he's not going to succeed anywhere. But with O'Connell, with the weapons, should be good to go, right? But with McCarthy, I mean, yeah, could he have seen the field as a rookie? Yes. I think it's certainly possible, but in the grand scheme of things, was the plan the best course of action with Kevin O'Connell and with Darnold and whatnot, to have McCarthy sit a year, work on mechanics, work on footwork, fully get integrated into the offense, and then hit the ground running in 2025 as the future of the franchise? Yes. I think that also could have been on the table as well. And besides the potential for game action, and also, so people don't realize this, like, in practice, there's a set number, talk about practice, there's a set number of reps. And most of the practice reps go to the starting quarterback. Like, this isn't like training camp where you have the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. You don't have that. So even if McCarthy was fully healthy, if he was the backup quarterback, he wouldn't have gotten a ton of practice reps during the season anyway. But it's beside the point. But there still is going to be ways that he will benefit from being in the building his rookie year. He'll be there at TCO every single day, getting treatment, in rehab, working out, etc. And that McCarthy's going to be first in the building, last to leave. He can be studying film. He could be talking with McCown and Udinsky and the other quarterbacks in the quarterback room. He can be in team meetings. He can do all that stuff. So basically, he gets the full benefit of the rookie year outside of playing. And that's not the worst thing in the world. And also, the whole thing with the surgery as well, getting the full repair, we don't know the full details, right? That hasn't been reported of, was it a trim that could have been, was it a fray that could have been trimmed? Or was it a cut on the meniscus that needed to be sutured up and a full repair? Who knows? But also, if it was a spot where, as I get choked up and die, if it was a trim, he could certainly have knee problems later on, because a trim's great because you're taking off that frayed edge, but you're opening yourself up for arthritis. You're opening yourself up for problems later on, especially after football, because we got to be concerned about JJ, the human as well, because you're literally taking cartilage out of the knee. Right, but full repair has a much higher success rate for long-term stability, and why not take that? Or would you rather have JJ? He's a future franchise quarterback here, and he's here for a decade, 15 years plus, and all of a sudden, like year 7, 8, 9, he has these chronic knee problems because of that trim starts fraying again. Yeah, so I understand. Maybe it gets annoying, just drinking the purple Kool-Aid and sipping the scissor all the time, but it is what it is. And, the whole thing about McCarthy, he's going to work his ass off. I mean, we got Homeboy putting out Seneca and Seneca the philosopher, not Seneca Wallace, as well as Marcus Aurelius, who Marcus Aurelius is probably my number 3 Caesar of all time. I put Trajan and Augustus 1, 2. Marcus Aurelius 3. But he's got the right mindset for it. He's going to bust his ass off. The entire organization is going to be around him, and he's the future. I mean, Kevin O'Connell, he's sort of danced around the idea of the obvious, but today in his presser, like he was very, he's very emotional. It's like I said, JJ is the future of the franchise, and it's true. It's absolutely true. So, this season, it's going to be what it's going to be. I got faith in Darnold. He's got weapons all over the place. He's got Darrisaw watching his ass. Aaron Jones, the run game is going to be solid, and that Flores defense. I don't give 2 Fs about the preseason game. You just wait till the regular season when he can bring that heat. Woo! Let's go, man. Let's go. And also, hey, all the haters and the losers who just want to write off Sam Darnold, say, oh, Sam Darnold looked bad in the first joint practice in Cleveland. Now, that's the definition of cherry picking, because you just completely ignore how good he looked on that first drive against the Raiders. No, they didn't score, but whatever. But also, the 4 practices before that, where Sam Darnold was completely tearing ish up at training camp, we'll just ignore all that. Right now, you could go the other way and just focus on the 4 practices and the first drive and just ignore today, or you can take everything into account. And hey, Sam Darnold's going to throw the ball vertically. He's going to get to Jefferson. He's going to get to Addison. Knocking on all the wood. Glad that ankle injury doesn't appear to be serious. But of course, O'Connell said that McCarthy's knee soreness was routine on Monday, and so I'm just waiting for Addison to have to go all saw on the bit. But we'll see, man. But either way, like, the future doesn't really change. And also, this has been brought up before, could Sam Darnold benefit by not having the most popular guy in town be the charismatic future franchise quarterback? So every single incomplete pass, every single drive that doesn't end up in a touchdown, every single interception, you won't hear JJ, JJ, JJ from US Bank Stadium, all the rafters. I think that could be a positive for Darnold, who as a guy who has struggled with his confidence before. But if Darnold can string together a couple good games, and all of a sudden fans are cheering for him, shoveling, hitting the snow out of his driveway, and then you're good to go, who knows? I mean, the sky could potentially be the limit. But I do know JJ McCarthy, comeback player of the year 2025, a couple of jelly beans on him, man. All right. And with JJ, you know that McCarthy is a competitive dude, right? And if he had just gotten the trim, he was back in a couple weeks, maybe he would have rushed back. And like maybe if Darnold wasn't looking so hot, the team was sort of struggling. JJ's like, they need me out there, and he pushes the knee too hard, too fast, and maybe it's kaput again. But now he's up on blocks, completely focused on 2025, and now if and when they play some on injured reserve before the start of the season, can't return from that. So he will be out until next season, and it might be the best thing for him. Save the kid from himself and just completely focus on getting ready to be the starter in 2025. But also, it's a tease, obviously, but it's kind of good we got that little sneak peek of how good JJ McCarthy can be. Because could you imagine if he looked bad in the preseason game and then he got hurt and the Vikings fans are like, oh, what do we do now? Quinn Ewers or Shador Sanders or blah, 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 blah. No, JJ McCarthy's going to be fine. We're going to look back at this and just going to be like, it is what it is. It's going to be like the Chad Greenway ACL, and he turned out just fine, right? But your thoughts are thoughts. Why are we still so positive? Who knows? You guys know what to do. Skull, production value.